All right. So you sent over this fascinating career deep dive on, what is it? Made up textile articles manufacturing.
Right.
And you got all these great role catcher resources here.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're really looking to thread the needle, so to speak.
Right. You want to weave yourself a career in this field.
Exactly. Exactly. So uh, let's unravel this a little bit.
Okay.
Made up textile articles manufacturer. What exactly does that even mean? It sounds like it's something my great aunt who collects thimbles might know a lot about. I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah. No, it's funnier than you think because it's actually a really big field. It's way bigger than people realize, you know?
Okay.
It's not just about sewing. I mean, we're talking about designing, producing all of it.
So like what are we really talking about here? Give me some examples.
Okay, so think about like plush carpets,
Okay.
those comfy cushions that you have.
Right, right.
Think about those stylish awnings you see at cafes.
Oh, okay. Like these aren't clothes, but they're all textile creations.
Okay.
And that's what this job is. It's everything made from textiles except for apparel.
I see. So not just my grandma's hand-stitched
Yep.
quilts,
Right.
but we're talking about like a whole range, like homes, businesses.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's for a very broad market. And what's interesting is this industry is going through some really cool shifts,
Okay.
you know, especially in terms of sustainability. RoleCatcher points out that there's been a huge increase in demand for textiles that are made from recycled materials or they're using ethically sourced fibers, things like that.
Yeah, which totally makes sense. I mean, I feel like people really care these days about where their stuff comes from.
Right.
So you could be working with some pretty like cutting-edge eco-friendly materials. That's cool.
Absolutely.
But okay, what about the actual day-to-day work? What does that look like?
So imagine you're a made-up textile articles manufacturer.
You might be in a bustling factory, maybe a smaller workshop. There's going to be machinery, tools, all that good stuff.
Okay, so it sounds very hands-on.
Yeah.
What kind of like physical demands are we talking about here? RoleCatcher better not be sugarcoating this.
Oh, no. They are not. Let me tell you, this is a job where you're going to be on your feet. There's going to be some lifting involved. And you've got to think about potential exposure to dust, maybe some chemicals.
Okay, so this is definitely not a desk job. You got to be cool with getting your hands sporty.
Absolutely. And I think that's where your creativity comes into play. Because like when I was scrolling through RoleCatcher, their gallery is really cool.
Yeah.
They showcase all kinds of cool designs from like intricate carpets that are inspired by nature to these futuristic outdoor textiles. And they're all weather resistant. It's wild.
So you're not just manufacturing, you're creating.
Exactly.
That's awesome. That has to be rewarding.
Yeah, for sure.
But we also can't forget about technology.
Oh, of course not. And that's a huge part of it, too. So you're going to be using computer-aided design software, the CAD software, and some companies are even starting to explore 3D printing.
Whoa, hold on. 3D printing for textiles.
Yeah.
That's like next level. 3D printing textile. That's wild. Okay, so we've got this blend of traditional craftsmanship and like cutting edge, super futuristic technology, which I love. But let's say like, okay, I'm sold, I want in. What's the job market looking like these days for made up textile articles manufacturing?
Well, these days, you got to be ready to meet the gatekeeper of the modern job search,
Oh no, who's that? What are we talking about?
the AI recruiter.
Oh, the robots are coming for us. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But seriously, how does like AI factor into actually getting a job in this field?
So a lot of companies, especially the bigger ones, are using AI to scan through applications.
Okay.
They're looking for certain keywords,
Right.
specific skills that they've programmed into their system. It's all about efficiency, right?
Mhm.
So AI helps them quickly sort through tons of applications.
So how do you, as the applicant, how do you stand out to an algorithm? Like, I'm guessing my handwritten cover letter and like, a sprig of lavender tucked in with my resume isn't really going to cut it anymore.
Probably not. Although that would be nice.
Right.
A nice personal
But
touch.
well, something.
But in all seriousness, RoleCatcher's got your back.
Okay.
They have this really cool thing called the RoleCatcher.capture plugin.
Okay.
Imagine this. You're browsing job boards.
Right.
You see this perfect opportunity,
Right.
and bam, RoleCatcher captured. You just click it, and it grabs that whole posting.
I mean, okay, already time-saving tools are like my love language. So
Yeah.
what happens then? Does it like start making calls for you?
It doesn't make the calls.
Not yet.
Not yet. But it does something even cooler. It analyzes the entire job description,
Okay.
and it pulls out those essential keywords and skills
Right.
those AI recruiters love. And then it helps you integrate them into your resume.
That's That's
It's
genius.
so smart.
So you don't have to like spend hours and hours like dissecting each job description trying to figure out what they want you to say. You've got this tool that just does it for you.
It's like having a secret weapon.
I love it.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, there's more.
RoleCatcher, they don't just stop there. They have a whole section just for interview prep.
Oh, nice.
It's amazing. They have this database of, get this, over 120,000 potential interview questions.
120,000 questions. I'm stressed out, and I'm not even the one applying.
It sounds like a lot, and it is.
Yeah.
But it's organized really well. So they break it down by career path, by skill set, even the specific company or role you're going for.
Okay, so it's very, like, customized to your needs.
Exactly.
It's not just, like, generic interview advice. This is the real deal.
Yeah, you can practice your answers.
All right.
Get comfortable talking about your experiences so that when you go into that interview, you are feeling super confident.
You got all the answers. So, okay, you wowed the robots with your AI-powered resume. You nailed the interview. You got the job. Congrats. But where do you go from there? Like, you don't just learn how to sew a cushion and that's it.
Right, exactly. And that's what's so cool about this field.
Yeah.
It just keeps evolving. New tech, new materials, new trends. It's always changing.
So you got to stay on top of things.
You have to. And RoleCatcher stresses this too, like continuous learning is key.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So what does that look like in this field? Like, am I dusting off my old textbooks or is it something a little more exciting?
Think of it like keeping your finger on the pulse of the industry.
Yeah.
So maybe you subscribe to those trade journals,
Okay.
attend a few workshops, some webinars,
Yeah.
Even just follow the right people, the right companies on social media.
Okay, so just stay curious, stay informed, basically.
You
And you
should.
never know where that next bit of inspiration is going to come from. But, okay, let's say you've been in the field a couple of years, you're good at what you do, you're ready to, like, climb that career ladder. What does that actually look like?
So RoleCatcher lays out a pretty clear path.
Okay.
You usually start with an entry-level role, like
Yeah.
a textile production assistant.
Okay.
Then, as you gain more experience, you can become a textile production technician.
Okay, and what are they doing?
So they're the ones operating all the machinery, and if any problems pop up, they troubleshoot.
Like, what kind of problems are we talking about here?
So let's say a weaving machine just goes haywire.
Okay.
The technician, they got to figure out what's wrong. Is it a broken thread? Is it a software glitch? Maybe it's mechanical, who knows?
Right.
And then they got to fix it fast to keep things moving.
So you got to be able to think on your feet.
Oh, for sure. Problem solving is key.
Okay. So let's say you're a rock star technician. Where do you go next?
Well, then you might move into more of a supervisory or even a management role. So you might be overseeing a team of technicians.
Yeah.
And RoleCatcher actually had a really cool story about this textile production manager, and they were talking about how they're juggling like a million things at once,
Oh, I'm sure.
managing budgets, collaborating with other departments, and still got to keep an eye on what's happening in the industry, what the trends are.
Right, so it's not just about the technical side anymore. You need those leadership and business skills too.
Absolutely, especially as you go up the ladder. And then for those who really want to like shape the future of the field,
Yeah.
there's those director level positions
Okay.
where you're leading innovation, you're exploring all these new materials. Maybe you're the one figuring out how to really use things like 3D printing.
Right. Which brings us back to the whole 3D printing thing. I mean, it's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it. Like designers creating these intricate fabrics with like so much detail, so customized.
Like the possibilities are endless.
It's really cool. And, who knows, maybe down the road we'll be doing a whole other deep dive just on 3D printed textiles.
Right, that would be awesome.
It'd be fascinating to see where it goes. But for now, we'll leave you with this. If you're someone who's into creativity, into tech, who's not afraid to get their hands dirty and likes to stay curious, then, made up textile articles manufacturing could be a really good fit. And hey, if you want to learn more, definitely check out RoleCatcher. Their website's got a ton of great resources to help you out. So until next time, happy exploring.